A well-known paradox of big city life is that despite the millions of people, many busy individuals still end the day home alone. A Singapore-based enterprise now seeks to change all that for the time-challenged executive. Here's a business with a terrific name, which is...
It's just lunch.
I think that's so good. Now, that name is for a business franchise, I understand, that comes from the United States. What's the nature of the business?
Well, you know how it is as busy professionals. You are always working very long hours and do not have the time to meet other people, let alone to date. So that's our value proposition. What we do is we match like-minded professionals in a very discreet setting over lunch or drinks after work for you to meet like-minded singles.
So it's just lunch means
it's just lunch.
Means that there's no commitment necessarily at that early stage?
It's a first date,
yeah.
So we want to keep it light, we want to keep it more relaxed and no pressure. We started way back in 1991 and since then we have grown to 100 locations worldwide. And I was the first franchisee to bring this concept out of the United States into Asia. So I have businesses in Singapore as well as here in Bangkok. And since then, our clientele has grown in leaps and bounds from mere zero to 2,500 in Singapore. And in Bangkok, we started somewhere earlier this year and we have more than 300 clients right now.
How do you reach people who could be interested in such a fabulous service?
Well, a lot of our business comes from referrals. 50% of our clients are, referred to us from, their colleagues, their friends who have tried this business, and they want to keep it discreet. So when they have a good time, they like to tell, their friends or their colleagues that, this is a fun way of meeting other singles.
But these days, no one's discreet, are they?
Well, there's still a lot of people, who are at that level because we target the busy professionals who have achieved a certain level of success in their career and would want to keep their private lives private. So that's when, discretion or confidentiality is a premium for them.
Yes. So if somebody in, say, Singapore wants to meet somebody wonderful in Bangkok, you can arrange that?
Absolutely. Earlier this year, what we did was we did a survey on the single scene, and we found out that there's a lot of clients who, who spend a lot of time on the road, and they are what we call the road warriors. Yeah, and what they do is they travel from Singapore to Bangkok and Bangkok to Singapore ever so often. So what we have devised is a new concept called intercity dating, where our clients in Singapore can have immediate access to our clients in Bangkok when they are, and vice versa, when they are here for work or for play.
And Bangkok has world-class venues for play. Night spots to appeal to adults looking to entertain clients and meet friends, and supporting the universal truism.
Everybody wants to meet somebody, and in our busy world, I think it's becoming more and more difficult for people to meet because of the length of time that they spend at work. So when we become that intermediary or that facilitator, so when we put two people together, it's not just any two people, we have to look at common grounds, and when we match them, we have to take into consideration their personality, their interests, their values, and their aspirations for the future. So of course they are thrilled that we can do all the work so that all they have to do is show up at the restaurant and have fun.
Yeah. The all-important question, what's the success rate?
Okay, at It's Just Lunch, we pride ourselves as first date specialists. So our success is measured by how many of our first dates lead to second dates. And from the feedback that we have gathered from our clients, close to 70 to 75% of our clients go out on second dates. But in Singapore particularly, since we have been around for more than 4.5 years, we have 45 couples who have walked down the aisle from, as a result of the introduction that we've done, and we have had 4 babies so far also.
That's wonderful.
So that's nice to hear.
But for some of your clients, I suppose it's important to say marriage is not necessary?
Well, they come to us for many different reasons. There are people who are new to Bangkok, for instance, they've just relocated to Bangkok. So the last thing on their mind would be marriage. They want to, expand their social network because it's so difficult to meet other singles, let alone compatible singles. So all they want to do is to make friends or widen their social network. And then there's another group of people who say that, I'm done with the social scene. I want to find somebody who is, somebody I can
A life companion, I
absolutely
imagine.
life companion. And some would come to me and say, I'm very focused. I want to be in a committed relationship. I want marriage.
Yes. And all of this can be assisted, if not totally arranged.
Absolutely. Through It's Just Lunch.
Otherwise, it's just lunch. Yes.
It's just lunch. Yeah.
And
You need to
nothing
eat.
else.
Executives
Yeah.
need to eat. So that's what we do. We set them up.
That's a wonderful concept.
Thank you.